What is up? I'm just trying to get my mic on there. I don't know how this sounds. I hope it's decent because I don't want to just constantly hold on to my mic. That's kind of boring. But yeah, today I wanted to update about actually a client situation because today we had a crazy situation where one of our clients, he I'm not going to mention name or anything like that, but what happened was that he basically, me and my business partner, we have like a 50-50 kind of thing, right? So I do basically the side of the back-end systems and all of the stuff that people don't necessarily see when you are running a business. And then my business partner is kind of like the face of the business and, the content and all of that, even though I also do content and stuff. But essentially what happened was that he's working with most of the clients. And so he worked with one of the clients where the client was like really agitated. Like he was kind of forcing my business partner to do stuff like to meet up the calls at this certain time, and kind of like was taking the charge, even though he's not the one in that situation where he can do that. So essentially, the client was literally just he was operating like he was our CEO or our boss, kinda, and it came to a situation or conclusion where we simply just had to let the guy go, and that is purely because when you are at the stage where your time is super crucial, where you have situations where you face challenges and all of that constantly, you often tend to just see some situations and some challenges as just time wasting instead of actual challenges. So instead of them actually being some challenges that you can maybe take advantage of and maybe get ahead, this will be a challenge where you simply just have a headache instead of actually getting something out of the challenge. So in this situation, we simply let the guy go because it just isn't worth the time and energy. And just by that lesson, it kind of tells you that, life moves on anyway, and you kind of have to choose what you want to take on in life. Whatever challenges you want to take on in life, that's totally up to you and not anyone else. So when you decide the things that you do in life, don't let kind of like the outside noise dictate what you do. And in this situation, we simply just had to do what was best for us and also my business partner, because it was a constant headache. It was not like a one-time situation kind of thing. So it's like it gets to a point, and most people understand that it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, this is get it out of here. It's not working anymore. So that's that. And it's kind of interesting because it can happen like this. So it's an interesting thing. On the other note, I've been crushing it crazy with my trial reels. Let me get my phone out actually, because what's cool here is the thing about trial reels that people don't understand is that trial reels is it's hard to say that word, but trial reels is simply just testing videos. So what you can see with trial reels, you can post random stuff and they can like pop off and do all that, but they can also do poorly on your main feed. So they can do good on trial reels, bad on your main feed. But also you can also have like they could do good on trial reels, but they do also good on main feed. And in this situation, I have a video here, which is a POV. You and bro finally quit your business, got 95s and locked in for 45 years. So what I did here is that I use a caption that is like completely reversed of what we actually do. So in this situation, it would have been POV, you and bro quit your job to build a business, so you don't have to waste 45 years, something along those lines. So essentially, the reason why this works is because number one, it triggers a mechanism in your brain where it's like, doesn't really add up. What's going on here? And alongside that, I also have a video where it's kind of like cinematic, and it's something people will watch and just like lean back, type of thing. And on top of that, again, the video is 7 seconds long. And if I go on the video, you can see, let me just go to it. Should we see here? Yeah, average watch time. You can see it down there, 7 seconds. I don't know if it's reversed in terms of the angle you see it, but there it's 7 seconds is the average watch time. And the skip rate is 34%, and my typical skip range is 71%. But yeah, all of the metrics are like cool, like you can see how it's working, and that video got 7,900 views, but the one on trial reels, it got me 14.2k, which is there. And then you can see the next way, it's 25 again. So trial reels is literally just testing reels, testing videos. And it's really, really dope. And then I have another one that is like 6k and stuff like that. And the same on the main feed. But essentially what I wanted to get out of this, or like the trial reels and stuff like that, is that some of them can do super well, like 200k views, million more. But you can also have videos that seem like they're almost shadow banned because they're so bad. And it all comes down to your hook, your body, and all of that. But what I realized with the trial reels is that it's a sick mechanism. Like it really is. And I'm just feeding that algorithm with a lot of stuff. And what I also do is that I take videos that is, you've heard this before, take videos that is already working for other people. Maybe they have bigger following, or their video is posted recently and like got views and likes like this, or whatever it may be. I just take that, literally just grab it, put my own video onto it, and then the caption, boom, get it out there, post it. And what I also realized with these trial reels and also this app in general, I'm not going to mention the name, is that number one, you once you get a viral video or a video that does well beyond what you normally get in terms of views and likes, your video or videos, recent videos, seem to just pop off along that. So it's kind of like a snowball effect, or one video just does well, and then the other ones just boom, 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 boom. But then on top of that, once you get a viral video, you also feel like all of the videos afterwards is just gonna like double down. So let's say I've had like a good, or let's say a middle video, or like a poor video, we can say a poor video afterwards, it casually just does kind of well because the recent ones has been doing fairly well. So it's kind of like a cool thing. So I think like everyone who posts trial reels and Instagram, oh, now I mentioned the name, nice, good job, never getting monetized. Once you just post stuff, like it's so easy for people to just get out there nowadays. What's your like? And the reason why it is that way is because the algorithm is fixed, or it's not fixed, but it's like it's done in a different way. But it could be fixed as it is. Now I'm just yapping. What it really is that it's way easier for just a normal person like me, like anyone who's watching this video, to just get their content boosted out there. It's super simple. Sure, you need to have a good hook, maybe you need to have good lighting, maybe you need to have a cool camera. I'm using a DJI. Maybe you need to have some cool mechanisms. Maybe you need to use a cap. Maybe you need to use a mic. Like it can be a lot of stuff. Maybe you also need to hold on to a glass bottle or something, and you can just have it on like an angle, so people need to comment go in the comment section and talk about, bro, why don't you hold your glass steady instead of on a angle? Like basically trigger a lot of stuff in people's brains, so they start using the comment sections. They start like getting kind of like agitated. Their emotions is taking over their mind, and they start just typing in the comment section and basically interacting in the video, because that is the main factor for why a video does well. But also what I wanted to say is one of the main factors, one of the main metrics you really need to look at is the followers from the video. And that is kind of like, it's super boring to say, but that video that got me 12.3k or whatever it is at right now views, it got me like 200 likes and 200 shares or something, but in terms of followers, it got me maybe like 2 or 3, which tells you everything you need to know about the video. Sure, it got you views, you got out on the For You page, but it didn't really convert into anything. That's kind of like getting a viral video and you get everyone from a niche that is not connected to you at all. So no one of them will buy from your product. That's kind of like what it's like. So essentially, just me looking at that video, I can tell that sure, it got me like, it's probably one of my best videos actually, but it's also at the position where I was like, it doesn't really help me out in any sort of way. It's cool on the outside, on the inside it doesn't do anything. Like, I'm still the same me, you know, it doesn't get me any more clients or whatever, right? But I think all in all, it's just really cool how the algorithm and basically a normal human being that posts on social media nowadays can simply just get out there just by doing random stuff, like just doing stuff that is making people's brain go numb and like make people react by emotion and stuff instead of actually using their brain. So I think that's really dope. Other than that, I said the client needed to go. That's what it was. That's what needed to happen. And yeah, right now I'm actually gonna do the ads tracking in terms of the metrics and the spending. I'm gonna do the followers and the qualified followers because I don't know why, but I keep forgetting to put in the amount of followers and qualified followers. So I forgot it yesterday, and then I need to do it for today. So I need to do it for yesterday and today. But that needs to get done. I can't forget this day again, so I need to do it for 3 days tomorrow again. So that's, yeah, that can't happen. That's poor for me. And then I'm also doing a lot of like tracking from the Instagram. So in terms of leads, you know, I'm just going through all of the leads, and basically essentially some of them are on the page or getting to the page of maybe getting into the client section or being interested in the coaching. But yeah, that's kind of like how the days goes, to be honest. People might say it's boring, people might say it's super one-sided, but when you think about it, like when you start building a business, you essentially just put your life, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, you put your life on the line essentially in terms of what you do, because you're gonna do something that is super one-sided, most like anyone's business or like anyone's job or anything like that, but you're gonna do this super one-sided thing where it's like it's super boring. Like I can say that the tracking leads is super boring because it's just, you know, it's a job that AI can do or whatever, right? And AI is cool to a lot of things and stuff like that, but it doesn't really do me anything to have AI leveraging or outsourcing this to AI because it doesn't take me that much time. But essentially, I think, yeah, when you start going into the business route and start doing your own thing, damn, it's a long journey. Let me tell you that. That is kind of like when you realize who you really are, I would say. Like just the past 2-3 years, I really like realized what am I really about. So yeah, it's a really I was about to say explanatory, but that's not the right way of putting it. But yeah, it's a self-challenging type of vibe to it, you know. But yeah, this is, I don't know what episode or what video number this is, but I really love making these sort of videos because I think it's really hard to get real, authentic, genuine videos out there nowadays. Although like that is kind of like the vibe. Most people do this, but I think a lot of people will just resonate with me simply just starting the record button or starting the video camera, and then simply just doing random stuff on my PC while talking, but also sharing what's actually happened today. And yeah, that's kind of like what happened on my side. And I also went gym. You know what's really annoying is that once you, like, after you have done leg day, and you do something that might be maybe it's like, what sort of yeah, let's say you do rows like over what is it called? Like barbell rows. Yeah, barbell rows. I do that and my legs are shaking. Like there is there is something about that is super annoying because I'm trying to focus on actually getting the reps in, but my legs are having a freaking earthquake at a magnitude of 8.9. Like it's crazy. So yeah, that's that, to be honest. I'm probably gonna head off now. I'm gonna either spend some time with family or I'm gonna just chill, do whatever, watch football, do a peak hate watching, I don't know. But yeah, make sure to tune in for the next video because these sort of videos are sick and I really like making them, to be honest. So yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.